Mansa Musa, the 10th emperor of the Mali Empire, has been described by many historians as the richest man in human history. Contemporary accounts of Musa's wealth are so breathtaking that it's almost impossible to get a sense of just how wealthy and powerful he truly was. Mansa Musa ascended the throne through a practice of appointing a deputy when a king goes on his pilgrimage to Mecca or some other endeavor, and later names the deputy as heir. According to primary sources, Musa was appointed deputy of Abubakar Keita II, the king before him, who had embarked on an expedition to explore the limits of the Atlantic Ocean and never returned. Abubakar did not believe that it was impossible to reach the extremity of the Atlantic Ocean and wanted to reach that end. So he equipped 200 boats full of men, and many others full of gold, water, and victuals sufficient enough for several years. After a long time of their set out, their absence extended, and only one boat returned. Upon landing, the captain said, "Prince, we have navigated for a long time, until we saw in the midst of the ocean as if a big river was flowing violently. My boat was the last one, others were ahead of me. As soon as any of them reached this place, it dawned in the whirlpool and never came out. I sailed backward to escape this current." But Abubakar Keita didn't believe the story. He ordered 2,000 boats to be equipped for him and his men, and 1,000 more for water and victuals. Then he conferred on Mansa Musa the regency during his absence, and departed with his men on the ocean trip, never to return nor to give a sign of life. Mansa Musa ruled at a time when Europe was struggling due to raging civil wars and a lack of resources. During that period, the Mali Empire flourished with its ample natural resources like gold and salt. He grew the Mali Empire remarkably, conquering 24 more cities including Timbuktu. The empire stretched 2,000 miles from the Atlantic Ocean, covering parts of modern-day Ghana, Senegal, Mauritania, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Niger, the Gambia, Guinea, Burkina Faso, and Ivory Coast. He was known to own about half the world's supply of gold, a time when there was a high demand for the commodity. Mansa Musa got his world recognition during his pilgrimage to Mecca in the 1320s. Appointing his son and successor, Mansa Musa Keita, as deputy before his journey, he traveled along with his 60,000 men, all wearing brocade and Persian silk, including 12,000 slaves, who each carried 1.8 kilograms of gold bars, which is over $1 billion worth of gold today, 80 camels each carrying 23 to 136 kilograms of gold dust, and heralds dressed in silks, who bore gold staffs, organized horses, and handled bags. Per our calculation and comparison, Mansa Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca is by far the most expensive and extravagant trip of all time. As extravagant as he was, Mansa Musa didn't spend all that wealth on himself. He gave gold to the poor he met along his route. His generous donations and lavish spending during his short time in Cairo, Medina, and Mecca caused sudden inflation that devalued gold, and greatly inflated the prices of goods and wares in these cities, taking them 12 years to recover. However, on Musa's way back from Mecca, he realized the problem he had caused and borrowed all of the gold he could find from moneylenders in Cairo at high interest. This is said to be the only time in history that one man directly controlled the price of gold. Mansa Musa brought back many Arabian scholars and architects and embarked on large building projects, raising mosques and madrasas in Timbuktu and Gao. The ancient center of learning Sankor Madrasa, University of Sankor, was constructed during his reign. And there was an advanced level of urban living in the major centers of Mali during his time. As the University of Michigan Associate History Professor Rudolf Wehr describes, it seems downright incomprehensible today. Imagine as much gold as you think a human being could possess and double it. That's what all the accounts are trying to communicate. This is the richest guy anyone has ever seen. Mansa Musa's death date is highly debated among modern historians and the Arab scholars who recorded the history of Mali. With his recorded 25 years reign, the calculated date of death is 1337, although other records declare Musa planned to abdicate the throne to his son Magan, but he died soon after he returned from Mecca in 1325. Due to the popularity he gained during his pilgrimage to Mecca, some European explorers invaded the Mali Empire and most parts of West Africa, taking away the empire's resources, especially gold, and enslaving some of its people, causing the Mali Empire to come to an end in the 1600s. So there you have it. Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. Be sure to like and subscribe for more amazing content just like this one. Do you think anyone will pass Mansa Musa as the richest man in history? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Also, Turn on post notifications so you never miss any of our future videos. See you at the next one.